All right, let's get right into it. Today, we are talking about something that holds so many talented, ambitious professionals back. It's not a lack of drive, not at all. It's that one final locked door standing between you and your biggest career goals. We're talking about making that real English breakthrough.
So, let me just ask you this, and be honest with yourself. Is there one skill that might be silently holding your career back? For a lot of people, that one skill, the one that acts as a gatekeeper to that next promotion or that huge international project, well, it's English fluency.
The biggest enemy here isn't how hard English is. It's a single word, later. We always tell ourselves, oh, I'll get to it when things slow down a bit. But here's the thing. That's not just putting something off. It's actually an active choice, a form of self-sabotage that is keeping you exactly where you are right now.
Okay, so let's just tackle that excuse right now, head on. First up, we are going to be busting the myth of the so-called perfect time.
We tell ourselves this little story, right? This myth that someday, in the future, there's going to be this magical, less busy time. But let's be real. The reality is your responsibilities don't just vanish. They grow, they change, they evolve. Waiting for your workload to get lighter, it's just not a winning strategy.
And I love how the source material puts this. It says, waiting for that perfect moment is like waiting for a unicorn to bring you your morning coffee. And, spoiler alert, that unicorn is not coming. The only moment we ever really have is right now.
Okay, so if waiting is the problem, what is the actual solution? Let's get into that in our next section, the one-to-one breakthrough. We're talking about how you can actually unlock your fluency.
So the goal isn't just about learning more vocabulary. It's about achieving something the French call déblocage de l'oral. This is that amazing, critical moment, that breakthrough, where all the English you kind of know passively all of a sudden turns into active, confident speaking. It's that switch from translating in your head to actually communicating. And honestly, trying to get there on your own is incredibly hard because it's almost impossible to hear your own mistakes or figure out the specific habits holding you back.
So, how do you get there? This is where individual coaching comes in. See, unlike some generic app or big crowded classroom, this is tailored specifically to your personal roadblocks. The lessons are high impact, they focus on what you actually need for your career, and you get direct, real-time feedback from an expert. And look, this isn't just a theory. Listen to what Bruno said about his experience. He called the coaching fully adapted and of very, very high quality. That's the difference a tailored approach makes. All right, now for the really crucial part, the proof that this works and the path for you to get there. Let's look at the results and how you can actually get access to this kind of solution.
So over in France, the whole world of professional training is changing. There's this thing called the CPF. It's basically a personal training account for employees. And with these new reforms coming in 2026, there's a new standardized value for language training set at 1,500 euros. What this does is simplify everything and really point people toward high-quality professional courses.
And this opens up an absolutely incredible opportunity. For a contribution of just 104 euros, you can get a whole all-inclusive package. We're talking 25 hours of private one-on-one lessons, a full year of access to the platform, and all your exam fees are covered. I mean, the value you're getting here is just immense.
But you're probably asking, does it actually work? Well, the data really speaks for itself. A 0% dropout rate. Just think about that for a second. That's because they do this super detailed pre-analysis to make sure everyone is on the perfect track from day one. And then, an 80% exam pass rate. That just shows you how reliable the method is. But numbers only tell half the story. The human side of this is so important. Just listen to what Lisa said. The coaching was adapted to her level with bienveillance. It's a French word that's more than just kindness. It's like a supportive, caring guidance. And that's what kept her motivated. It's what turned this huge, scary task into a really rewarding journey. Which brings us right to our final section. This is your move. It's time to stop thinking about this as a chore and start seeing it for what it is, a strategic decision for your career. And if you take one thing away from all of this, let it be this. True progress isn't about magically finding a spare hour in your day. It never is. It's about making a firm, clear decision to prioritize your own growth. Let's not forget what's at stake here. For so many of us, English isn't just another nice-to-have skill. It is the primary gatekeeper. It's the lock on the door to your next big career move. But here's the good news. That key, you can forge it yourself. So, I'll leave you with one final question. I want you to really think about your goals, where you want to be in a year or maybe 5 years. Which promotion, which project, which incredible international opportunity are you sacrificing just by waiting for that unicorn? The choice really is yours.